Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 11th episode of Hamefura. And last episode, things got kind of bad. You know, we have our evil student council president, just this darkness all around him because he practices the dark arts, if you will. And Maria, being the light girl, she's like, hey, stop it. Stop it. And he told her no and then kidnapped her or something. And then Katarina several days later is like, hey, give her back. And he's like, no, I'll kidnap you too instead. Screw you. And I think that's kind of how it went. So yeah, hopefully we could improve the situation. So let's see if and how we do that. 3, 2, 1, play. I think I nailed it intro. Maria really is the light. I can almost feel the light when she's on screen. Last episode, we also had our confrontation with those, like, sort of brainwashed girls. That was a great thing too. That was an amazing thing. They just come in there like they have the high ground and like, hey, we got this big old pile of papers that says Katarina's literally the worst, and everyone else is like, no, she's not. And then they were defeated. It was great. Because they were probably imagining it being like this big old ganging up on Katarina thing, but they were in the minority. So they just got thoroughly wrecked. Couldn't have asked for more. And there's that guy. Don't you smile at me. Still have not had our long walk on the beach between Katarina and Maria. Just want to point that out. The moment of my doom arrived, part 2. So this looks like a very modern room. I think we might be back in the real world. But is that Katarina? Well, you know, pre-Katarina? I don't know what you would call her, really. Well, the bed had a stronger voice. Windows Explorer crashed on me. And there's the game. Although it looks like a Blu-ray. Could just dunk your head in water. Hope for the best. And oh wait, what? No, wait. Is she back in the real world? I actually got chills from that. That is, I can't quite process that. Because she has a brother. Fair enough. What did she? Did she have a? Yeah, she had a She had a. She had a cucumber in her mouth. I don't even need to say anything. Oh no. Unfortunate. So, what exactly is going on here? There's Sophia. I think. Because someone was acting like it was all just a dream, but that can't be possibly be true. Actually, it's probably more of just like a mind thing. Like, just, you know, like a dream, basically. Like, this is the dream. That makes more sense, actually. Dark magic induced. But you'll eventually realize this is all a lie. Nice, I knew you were my friend. But, I mean, at least as the audience perspective, we get to see more of this, you know, her real world self, sort of. Ow. You really can't afford much more brain damage, please don't do that. It's like a huge taiyaki. Wow. I mean, that's nice. But something feels wrong. Like your whole other life. There we go. I think that's back into it. So yeah, basically confirms this is just an internal dream kind of situation. So she wasn't actually kidnapped, she was just knocked out. I hope so. Yeah, Mary's pretty worried. I mean, they all are. To Sophia, definitely. The girl showing it on their face more. It's kind of a roller coaster of emotion trying to figure out what was going on. Do you need a second opinion? I'll jump in there. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't believe that at all. We'll figure something out. I definitely want a second opinion. I mean, the show can't really go on. Maybe we could find Maria. She could come by, use her light magic to make her better. Maybe. I know I'm kind of grasping at straws now, but I wanted to wake up. I know I'm not alone in that. So let's start brainstorming, guys. And even the flowers are sad. And there's a hen alone with her. It's a little bit hard to drink when you're laying down unconscious. I know that for a fact. Don't break it. It's your fault. Like everything else. I would rather not leave her alone with him. But I guess that's what we're doing. And it eventually disappears, so... Bizarre behavior. Katrina makes any life much better. I guess it's nice to get some stuff with him. Sure. Like he's one of my least favorite characters, but... Can we go back into the dream world? I don't like the look of this. This is why I didn't want to let her alone with him. Well, if anyone would have rather Anne do that. Really dropping the ball. You're supposed to stop that, Keith. Was everyone gonna have a turn thinking about how important Katrina is to them? Kind of dropping the ball on that now. Kind of what I'm asking. So who's next? Mary. I definitely remember when they met. That was some of the best stuff of the show. I'm with you there. So it's her fault, gotcha. I wish you were by your side as well. Okay, he's next. And he's the one that with the least self-awareness, so... She does not hold back, that's one thing that's definitely true. But yeah, he definitely still understands that she's important to him. Asking the important questions. So, okay, he's next. But she did not do that. And then someone did. Wish I knew what she was saying. And Sophia? Even though that's definitely not true. Those people are just straight up wrong. Happily reading books together. Yeah, you definitely more than anyone know about that. Are you gonna get more into that? Are you gonna remember more? It was you. Sort of. Come on, keep thinking about it. Crack the code fully. Realize you were reincarnated. And there we go, yep. I think we're really doing it. Yeah, Sophia, I reincarnated into your body. You gotta work with me here. Fireflies? Still love that name. So apparently, the Fireflies are gonna help everyone. They're all gonna rush to her side. And we could, you know, beat up Georgie while we're there. And here we are. Oh no, oh, apparently Sophia got there first. This is what I want to hear. That sounds very annoying. I just wish you weren't so much later than Georgie, that's my only complaint. Okay. I guess I'll have faith in that. Disembodied voice. School seems a bit on the creepy side. There we go, there's movement. There's life. There's free Katarina running in the hallway. No teacher to tell her not to. And there's the friend. So, what are we doing here? Because, you know, it's fairly reminiscent of certain Eroge scenes I've seen. I'd say it's fairly fun. Oh. Oh, that was cool. That was a nice effect. Yeah. This isn't where you belong anymore. You have a new home, which Iwachan was able to join you in, so it's all good. A lot. They're like all stuffed into the room right now. A life without Katarina is no life at all. So nice. And there we go. Yeah, that was so good. I was hoping they would do something like that. Because Sophie is the one that has an actual internal connection. That's a big fan of books now. Because their world doesn't have, you know, Galaga or Otomege, whatever. And there we are. That's the Katarina we know. And the world just dissolves. Because it was always a fake. The music's so good, too. I mean... Oh, she does know. I really didn't think she'd be that helpful. But I guess if she played the game, yeah, she would know, I guess. Sort of. I'm sure she can. Especially with the help of her comrades. It kind of cut you off there. At least as she looks like that. But she still doesn't know she followed her there. Okay, we at least touched. You will never truly be separated. Yeah, that whole thing was beautiful. Just the music, the visuals, just a very well done scene. And now she's finally awake. Let's get some hugging going. Okay, yeah, Mary was way ahead of me there. Yeah, she wasn't gonna get beat by anyone. It's a pretty good world, all things considered. But one person's not here, and that's the one we gotta go to. Maybe you don't. But I played the game. I had a very insightful dream, okay? I love you, Katarina, please never change. That name is so close to being serious, Dyke. very trustworthy. You can just feel the confidence in everyone. It's called being deceitful, wearing a mask, being dishonest. Now this is very spooky. Okay, that's a secret room, all right. Hidden room. Tomato, tomato. Oh, okay, we found her pretty quick, actually. She is chained up, though. Oh, never mind. It was. And there we go. It's no trouble at all. I mean, it kind of was, but just I hope you learned a lesson about going off on your own. That's all that I really care about. Right behind you. We're pretty aware of what's going on. Okay, what is he up to? I don't like this room. This does not feel like a safe place. Yeah, how could you hate this girl? What was that? Memories of a previous friend that maybe betrayed him? Okay, what happened here? He's definitely struggling, so I think we do have a chance to talk some sense into him. I want to hurry this along. You know, maybe walk faster than that. Or just stand there and wait. Guess we can't just kick that door down. Good thing he had his cape to block that. Can't take that name seriously. Every time they say it, it just... And we end off on that note. Okay. Okay, we're gonna be that way. Okay. That's what they were saying around. They had to wait. They had to run out the clock for the episode. I get you now. I think Kimetsu no Yaiba did something similar. And there's Katarina, being her normal farming self. And that's the end of the episode. Okay. That was the 11th episode of Hamefura, and overall it was a really good episode. One I probably didn't like was Georgie going mouth to mouth with Katarina. Not a big fan of that, but aside from that, really good episode. You know, getting really in everyone's mentality and just kind of thinking about the way that that Katarina's touched all of their lives, and now that she's gone, that's the kind of thing that usually makes you think about that, you know, because then you start to imagine life without them, and then that does kind of make you realize how important of a role they have in your life, and she is that person for a lot of them. Even was his name is I made a thing pop up, my bad. Anyway, yeah, Alan, I think that's what it was. he who was the one that was the kind of least aware of how he felt about Katarina was starting to figure it out, because it's kind of hard not to at that point. But yeah, at the beginning of the episode, I was really confused because, you know, we saw the more modern looking room, and I figured, oh, okay, I guess we're doing some more backstory stuff. That was my first thought. And then she brought up Anne, and then that's when things started to kind of short circuit in my head. Like, I just had completely misjudged what was going on here, so we had to kind of recalibrate. But and then my next brilliant theory was that we somehow were transported back to the real world. In retrospect, that didn't make a lot of sense, but it was the first thing that came to mind as I was trying to process events. And then, you know, several eternities later, it finally dawned on me, like, oh, we're probably just having like some kind of dream sequence. Duh. So, you know, I got that eventually. So, you know, that was a bit of a mental roller coaster that I went on, but I eventually arrived at the destination. But it was still cool, you know, it was obviously still a framing device to kind of see what her life was like in the real world. And we have gotten a little bit of it here and there, but I like getting more of it, personally. You know, we get to see her friend. And of course, her friend has kind of followed her to this world, reincarnated in Sophia, but she doesn't really know that. Even Sophia didn't really know that. Like, she's still kind of struggling with that. It's even questionable, even now, how much she really knows about that, because we're kind of vague about it. But she's definitely getting closer. We saw the reflection and stuff representing her previous life self and stuff like that. So at the very least, we're definitely closer to figuring things out. I don't know if we're at the level of Katarina where she has full awareness of her previous life. I don't think we're there yet, but again, it's hard to say. I'm not a mind reader. But yeah, just we had a lot of good stuff with Sophia there. Just we saw her and her memories, and then it was starting to kind of converge with the her of reality. I think there was some supernatural shenanigans going on there. I'm not sure, but it did kind of let her kind of talk to her and make her realize that, you know, this is not where she belongs. Like, this may have been where she lived before, but that is now a previous chapter of her life. We're on the next chapter of her life, and it's a pretty good chapter. There are a lot of people there that care about her, and Sophia / previous Sophia are both, you know, are there. Like, she followed her there. You know, she was able to still take a little piece of her previous life with her here in that way. And she's just, you know, still cares a lot about her. Very supportive, very helpful. And even gave her some hints about the secret room and stuff like that. So, yeah, Sophia's just the best, you know. I absolutely love the visuals they did with that. Like, having her friend sit there and then kind of the Sophia kind of like glitching over it, you know, like kind of that convergence. That was great. Especially when we ended off the little sequence of everyone saying their piece, then we ended off with Sophia, like that whole visual. We had a lot of great visuals. Even the room kind of just evaporating, like breaking down like on a molecular level almost, like that sort of dissolving effect. And as the world just kind of, you know, crumbles around her, because it was a fabrication, it was never real. It was just a representation of her previous life. But we needed to escape that, you know, we needed to move forward, go back to our new life and defend our new friends, and specifically Maria, who was in trouble. So luckily we were able to do that. I wish Anne could have been the one to do the water thing. Just, I would have appreciated that a lot more. Just, it really annoys me. Just taking advantage of the fact that no one else was there. Keith wasn't there to stop him. Just unfortunate. I think that's everything I got to say on the episode, though. I mean, we had some good visuals of just, you know, Katarina and Sophia, previous life version, just hanging out with each other. Like at around 17 minutes and 31 seconds into the episode, I think. You know, we saw some great visuals of just smiles and hugging and stuff like that. You know, I quite appreciated that. Lots of sparkles, a little bit of hand touching as she fades away. Some tears from her. You know, it was great. You know, I don't really have the words to describe it very well, but it was all great stuff. And when I finally found Maria, she was chained up to a bed. It has some horrible implications there, but I'm sure nothing really happened in that regard. But it was just a concerning thing to walk in on for sure. But we got that chain off of her in like nothing flat, and we were able to save her, gave her a hug, and now all we really have left to do is kind of talk down the student council president. And they gave us some kind of hints of what was going on there. You know, we had Katarina say something about a gentle flavor, and then transition to somebody else who made a similar comment. My first thought was that was his friend, but you know, then they mentioned something about the mother, but I don't think that's the mother. She doesn't look that old. We didn't really see her in much detail. But I guess it could be the mother, but I don't know. Really not sure. They talked about revenge, so clearly something happened. I guess the mother was killed somehow. Like, let me go through the scene again. Yeah, we saw this horrible vision of him just on the ground, and a similar, if not the similar looking, if not the same room, tied up, calling for his mother, which is never a pleasant sight. And then we have the mother, you know, very kind of, it's very shadowed, so it's really hard to make out what's happening here. But presumably she's laying on the ground. And she says, "Please avenge me." Now, my first question is, did she actually say that, or is that kind of a corruption, alteration of memories by means of the dark voice that's kind of communicating with him? Because it's definitely common for memories to get kind of distorted under various circumstances. Even just naturally, they do. For sure. So when you add in a dark supernatural element that's trying to, you know, prompt you to do bad things, it definitely is the case there. So I'm going to assume that's not really what she was trying to say. Like, you know, but I don't really know what's happening there. Like, because obviously he survived the situation, whatever happened there, but he was tied up. So I guess, like, I'm trying to make sense out of my head. So the mother, I guess, was sacrificed for something, but he was not for some reason. Maybe he was supposed to be initially, then the mother volunteered for it. I don't quite know what was happening there, but I had to assume it was some kind of magic, dark, sacrificial ritual, because they already talked about how you sacrifice a life to get the dark power. I think they talked about that last episode. So was the mother done for that? But he got the power, though, clearly. Like, he seems to have dark energy, right? So, but, I mean, it doesn't seem like he was the one that sacrificed her, because he seems to be, you know, bothered by it. So I don't know. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't think we got enough to really go off of, really. I mean, maybe we did. Maybe a good brainstorming session could put the pieces together, but I can't quite do it now. But either way, it seems like he's not that bad of a person, which, you know, obviously if he's a potential route in the game, then you know, that kind of implies that he's savable, really. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll talk through with him. Katarina's pretty good about that, pretty good at saving people. This episode reminded us of that pretty well, I would say. So, yeah, next episode is the final one, so we'll see how we end things off next time. So, thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.